Fine. So in the last session, what we discussed, we discussed about project related assignment. Project assignments. It's nothing but just how to assign specific offering to team member or specific option or selected tasks. We discussed we gone through that process as well as how to update the status against the project and how to navigate to specific task within the project if without navigating how directly we can find the task which is belongs to specific project. Okay, and these are the points we discuss along with the and the other point we were discussing about how to add new offerings into project. Okay, so these are the points we discussed in the last session. In today's session what we'll do is in the fresh instance in the fresh instance before you start with any configuration, as a part of configuration we create enterprises, we create locations. Yeah, please.
Sorry. You're able to hear me? Sorry. So your voice just went off for some time and then it came back. So just let it.
Okay, 1 second. Okay. So before we start with the configuration, what we have to do is we have to keep geographies related information ready in the instance. In the first instance, when you start doing the setups, when you create the locations, we require information. The location is belongs to which country, which state, which city, which county, what is the postal code, or depending on country, the address style can be different. So for which country you are going to do the implementation, the country related locations addresses we have to define in the system. Not only for those locations, what are the business units we create, what are the legal entities we create, for the relevant definitions also we require address definition. So when we are creating the address, if you want to select, if you want to use predefined information, so what we have to do is we have to complete the setup called as geographies. We have to complete the setup called as geographies. So there will be one task called as manage geographies. By using this task, we have to keep specific country, okay, information. When you are going to create the address, whatever the information basically we select, okay, as a key information for specific country, that information we have to keep ready in the application environment. So after that, whenever you create address, instead of entering each and every field of information like country, city or state or county, whatever postal code, instead of entering everything through dynamic process, you can select existing values. So before we start with any configuration in the fresh instance, this task we have to complete. That means in fresh instance, this is the first step which you perform after enabling offering and after creating the project. Okay, we'll see this how to manage this geographies information in the application. Okay, so this task you no need to perform from the project. So this task, whatever you do, and by after doing that task, whatever the information would be available, that would be available for entire instance. So for that reason, what we can do is, so irrespective of project, if you want to do any setup, okay, that you can do from here. Okay, just we'll take the navigation. So just click on the username and click on setup and maintenance. Okay, this would be the default landing page we have, and here you could see right side the task list. Click on the task list. Here we have a task called as a search. Click on search. From here you can search for any task which is available within this instance. If you are trying to search for something within the project, so within the project, based on the offerings and options, which tasks are available, only those tasks you can find within the project. But if you are going to search from here, that means you are trying to find the tasks which are available in the entire instance. Okay, we are not searching for some task which is available in the specific project. From here, what are the search you can conduct, that is for entire instance, not specific to project. Okay, so here you can search for task called as manage geographies. Okay, manage geographies. Search for manage geographies. Just click on manage geographies task. Fine. So now what we have to do in the first instance, so we have to load the geographies information into application. So if you take example of US, we need all the states, all the counties, cities, postal codes information. So that information, when I talk about US, the states, counties, cities, states, all the information Oracle is providing. Oracle is providing the information will be available in instance, but that won't be available to use. To make that data available for usage, we have to perform one task called as loading. Okay, the wherever they are maintaining that predefined data within the instance, the source they are calling as Nokia data source. We'll see that. Okay, say for example we are going to do implementation for US client. Okay, in that case what we have to do, you have to take the navigate, you have to navigate to this page with this task manage geographies. Now search for US, country code is US, click on search. Okay, in the fresh instance what we have to do is, okay, so once you just click on search here, here you can find all these geocoding defined, address cleansing defined, structure defined, hierarchy defined, validation defined. Okay, these you can see as incomplete mode. Here if you see it's enabled, this is completed, this is also complete, all you can see completed, just it's showing some tick mark which address the completion. But in the fresh instance you don't see as these are completed and enabled. By default you will see like this, just I'm disabling it. Okay, this is how you will see all these option related icons, you can see like this. That means you can go and perform the task called as enabling. Okay, so just you have to click on geocoding not enabled, it is showing in the first instance. You have to click on this, so it will be enabled. And address cleansing defined, you have to just click on this, it will open the just small pop-up, you have to say okay, say save and close. That's how it will get enabled. Nothing to do with these two options. But when you talk about any country geographies information, the structure, hierarchy and validations are important. Okay, we'll see how those things will work. In the first instance what we have to do is, so we have to search for the task called as manage geographies, then click on manage geographies task and search for the country, for which country we are going to do the implementation. So we are going to do the implementation for US client. Click on search, then click on geocoding defined under address cleansing defined. Just these are geocoding defined means, if you are going to see this application, this you can call as application, this you can call as instance, or you can call as a pod. So this instance or pod can be accessed from any device. Say for example, if you are going to use sales application from the fusion instance, fusion if you are going to use for sales application, if you enable geocoding, okay, so we will be able to track the sales people which are located in the same location or nearby locations. That means the maps will be associated with this instance. That's how that sales people will be able to track within the instance environment. That majorly can be used for sales people and all. Finance point of view, just that we don't use those options and all. And it's all about address cleansing defined. This is for validation. What is the structure hierarchy? We'll go through it. We have to understand a few points. We'll see. Just we'll talk about the process first. So search for the country, then click on geocoding defined and do address cleansing defined. Just click on those two options, those will get enabled. After that, what we have to do is we have to go to actions, and here we have a one option called as import Nokia data. Okay, import Nokia data. You have to click on import Nokia data. What system will do is for that US, it will load the data, all the county, all the states, counties, cities, and postal codes. It will load automatically. From where it will load, all the data will be available within the instance only. So if you go and submit import Nokia data, the data would get populated for this country. So, but here we can see that is grayed out. The reason is this is a vision instance. Since this is a vision instance, so already that import Nokia data was submitted. In this instance, import Nokia data was submitted. That is the reason it's grayed out. So in the fresh instance, you can see this option as enabled. Once you click on that, system will be loading the Nokia data. After clicking on import Nokia data, system will load the data. The data you can find from here. I'll take you through that. So first go to structure defined. Here it will have a structure. What is the address style we have for US, that you can see under structure defined. So state, county, city, postal code. Okay, state, city, county, city, postal code. This information system will be loading once you click on import Nokia data. And other point here is, so by following that structure, it will load all the values under hierarchy defined. See, country is United States, all are states. If you expand state, you can see the city, sorry, county. If you expand county, you can see city within that. These are the cities within this county. And if you expand city, within the city, you can see the postal code. So this is the hierarchy we have. This is the address style we have for US. So within the country, we have a states, county, city, and postal code. This all information is loaded by the application process only. The moment you click on import Nokia data, all this data would get populated based on the country for which you selected. We no need to do anything, but from where Oracle got this data, that you can see as a data provider, Vertex. We have a Vertex, Fabrics, and many other tax engines. So from that vendor, Oracle just taken this data, and the file they are keeping within this instance only. The moment you click on the load Nokia data, automatically the data will get populated. Okay, this is how you can see. For the same way for any country, like you can just go and see. Say for example, India, search. So here also for India also already that got submitted, right? This is a vision instance. That is the reason already the task is performed. But when we are working in the fresh instance, so we have to perform it. We don't need to do anything. Just click on geocoding defined, enable it, and click on address cleansing defined, and then you can go to actions, click on import Nokia data. Okay, system will just take care of all the information. If you go here, the structure will be here, and if you want to see the structure based information, you can just go to hierarchy. You can expand countries, India, within the country, states. Okay, all the states within the state. So just they given, and the address, the structure itself, county. Basically these are districts, right? Hyderabad, Anandapur, Chittoor. Okay, Hyderabad. Okay, so towns within that. Okay, so this is how that structure is available. Accordingly, data got loaded. So here we don't need to do any manual activity. Just we have to understand before we start with the implementation, we have to load the Nokia data. Okay, the entire data would be available within the instance only. So just we have to select the country and we have to click on import Nokia data. And here validation defined. What is the meaning of validation defined? Just click on this validation defined. So now once you click on load Nokia data, import Nokia data, system will be loading the its system will be populating the data for that country. So once system populates the data, whether the data you want to use for validation purpose or not, you have to specify here. Say geography validation. If you enable it, what happens is, say you are going to create address. You are going to create address. Say address got some few fields. Say state and city. Now if you enable this geography validation, so before that just we are loading the data. Okay, loading the Nokia data. After loading the Nokia data, if you enable geography validation checkbox, what system will do is, so if you go to state, there will be dynamic field. You'll be entering the state, say Telangana. So when you enter the state Telangana, system will verify the state name is already available within the instance or not, it will validate. Say you enter like Telangana by missing one letter. Now the validation will fail. So here geography validation is required for state, county, city, town, city, or whatever the other style you have. You are enabling. After enabling, if you enter the state name like this, so already state names, all state names are loaded in the system. So whatever the name you are entering, that name is matching with any existing name, system will verify. If it is not matching, it just shows the message as the state is not exist in the system. So instead of typing the state name here, what you could do is, so after loading the Nokia data, you can enable the checkbox, enable list of values. When you enable the list of values, when you are going to create the state, when you are providing the state name, you don't need to enter any name. You can select from LOV. You are loading the data through Nokia source and all the states information is available. Instead of keeping the field as very dynamic field where you will write the test, you can just enable the checkbox so that whenever you are creating the state within the India, whenever you create address for India, for the field call as state, system will open LOV, list of values field, it will open if you enable the checkbox. So now whenever you go to just state, you can select the any one of the state. The same with city. So that is the purpose we have to enable it. And again, if you want to have a tax calculations, if you want to derive the tax based on the location, it could be state or city, you have to enable tax validations also. So in this instance you don't just these are not enabled. The reason is you cannot use as of now this fusion solution, fusion applications for India clients. The reason the taxation is not ready. So if you just go and verify for US, you could see those already enabled in this environment. US search and just,
One quick question.
yeah, please.
Yeah, so instead of Nokia data, can we use some other third party and load it into the system? Or
Correct, you can do that. You can do that. So, or else you can create through manual process also. We are going to discuss those points also. Yep,
okay,
I'll include those definitely. Anyway, we just the, those points definitely we should understand. We'll talk on that. We can do it. We can do it. So we have a separate task which will allow us to load the Nokia data, which will allow us the data through spreadsheet. So Oracle also providing the spreadsheet for that. Within that spreadsheet, you can keep the data that you can load, or else manually also you can add it. We'll see those points also.
okay,
Fine. So here you could see geography validation is enabled. Okay, enable list of values is enabled. tax validation is enabled. That means this data we are going to use for all these purposes. When we are going to create the any address or location for US, so since this checkbox is enabled, it will open the LOV. From there you can select state, county, city, postal code. You don't need to enter dynamic values. So geography validation we enable. Okay. After enabling this, if you enable it, just anyway the data which is available it will come. And since you loaded Nokia data, or since data is available within the instance, definitely we can enable it as validation is required. And the same data if you want to use for taxation purpose also, so you can use it. Okay. Again, the data will get stored in the relevant tables and it will sync if you keep this data as a tax validation is required. Even if when we are going to work on fusion tax, nothing but EBT in EBS, so at the time also we have to make sure that this tax validation is enabled. Then only the location based taxes, if you want to calculate the tax state level or county level, so this has to be enabled. Okay. So
So, Lakshman, I have a question. So, when we say tax validation is enabled, so in US, different states have different tax implementation. So, it will follow it automatically, or
no, it won't follow automatically. You have to define those. You have to define that, and this data system will use for that purpose. You are creating the taxation tax derivations based on the say state wise you are creating the tax. What system will do is, so the data which is available within the instance with the help of Nokia source or what you entered, that data it will system will use when we are going to say you are going to create the invoice and the payables, and you define the tax definition based on the state. So date, I mean, when we are going to keep ship to or bill to location for specific state, okay, from the source of this Nokia data which is available in the instance or whatever you entered through manual process, once you select, system will verify this value. Okay, this value can be used for tax related validations or not. Okay.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, when we enable this tax validation checkbox, does like different states have different, tax compliance in US. So, that list does Oracle has automatically from
No, no, no.
Nokia, or
The
we
same I
have to
talked
still
about.
define like.
No, I got your question. I got your question. The answer is no. You have to
Okay,
define. Just you can use these
again.
values when you are defining. You can select these values into state, field, county, etc. No
Okay,
predefined. No predefined tax definitions you can find. Everything we have to create. So only these values if you want to use for tax related conditions or any other purposes derivation, then you have to make sure that this checkbox is enabled. That's it.
then it just validates it again as the
That's all.
data.
That's all. The value, whatever you are defining,
Okay.
whatever on which value base you are trying to derive the tax. Okay, that is from this source of data or not, it will verify. Basically, if you enable
Okay.
this would get populated over there. This value will be selecting, but system will have keep eye on that. That's all.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So just this is how just we have to do it, and so other points. For example, you want to add one more. So I mean, say city or postal code or something. Just you can add it. So for example, this is a state. Okay. Under state, you want to add one county. So in that case, you select state here. I selected state. So if you want to add some new county, you can just click on create and you can add. Okay. So you can provide the name. So data provide how you are just taking the data, what base, what source. So from the specific this tax, I mean the data providers, or just you as a user, just you are entering that you can select. Okay, this is how just you can add some additional values, additional information also into this existing data. Okay, or else I'll take you through other countries. You can understand. Just cancel this and just search, open search to list out multiple countries. Here, if you notice, for many countries, okay, there is no address related information. Okay, so for this all, see, geocoding is not enabled for any country because these countries are not used in this instance. That is the reason, see, geocoding is not enabled. So in the first instance, this is how you can find for any country. Just you can, in that case, you have to click on geocoding. Just click on that, it will get enabled. So it's enabled, and you have to click on address cleansing define. Just click on that and say save and close. It's enabled. From here you can go on to define. Here just you can go with the structure and all, everything would be available within the instance. You can go on to run the Nokia data. Okay, you can go and submit the Nokia data. For major countries only Oracle is providing the Nokia data. For all the countries you don't see. For this country also, yes, they are giving. So this is how you can see. Once you click on import Nokia data, so system will define the structure and it will shows the hierarchy, and validation we have to go and enable. So this is how we have to do. So we just enable this geocoding defined and to address cleansing defined. Now what we have to do is, next step is click on import Nokia data. This is the process we have to follow in the first instance. And the question is how much time this Nokia data loading process takes. Okay, so it takes too much of time. Sometimes it takes time, 1 or 2 days time also. There are some performance related issues not only in this demo instance, the actions which we get from
We
the
have that
also.
update pencil on the top
Your voice is breaking.
next to the plus sign. So
Your voice is
that to
breaking.
like do some, what kind of update we can do?
We lost him, I think.
Oh, okay.
Just give me a minute, please. Yeah. Sorry, there was some network issue. There is some fluctuation. Just 1 second, please. Can you please repeat your question?
Yes. So on the top, next to the plus sign, like next to the @ sign, I see the pencil. To seems like to update something. So what kind of information we can update?
See the display name and all you can change it. Select this country and click on edit. This you can try from just maybe your end also. Just you, it's all about
Okay.
changing the names, etc.
Just simple. Okay.
Yes, yes. See that the country name, code, and all. Those things you can do it. But what Oracle do is whatever something like predefined and all, they don't allow. Those should be unique only. If you add some new country and all, in that case, normally the edit option will work. It will allow you to see here. You can create new country. So that sort of countries will be able to edit. But mostly like the predefined information which is available, they don't give you the option to modify. See, if
So
you,
anything coming from Vertex or Cebrix, we cannot update.
sorry,
Anything, any country name or like geographical information we are receiving from Vertex or Cebrix, we cannot update. But only if we add something manually, then we can update.
yeah.
Or through spreadsheets, we can up. If we add something, we can update.
Here the point is you no need to add any country to Vertex or some other source. Country's information would be available here only. Within the country, okay, for that country, what is the address structure and the rest of information will be loading. That you will be able to update. You can update once you just get into that country. You can see that you can edit, you can delete, You can add all these activities you can perform on that. Okay, so countries you no need to upload. The countries information will be there as a seeded data, seeded information. Only for that which countries you have, for those countries by targeting that country you can load the data. Country names you don't need to load. By default all countries would be here. If you want to add some other country, you can just click here. So for the countries, for what are the countries, we have this application solution for all the countries they are providing here. Okay, so country information will be available as a seeded data, seeded information. But within the country, what is the address structure, style, or structure, whatever you call. So we require that you can load it. Okay, that's how it works. Fine. So these two we have to enable. The next step is we have to select, we have to go to actions, and we have to click on import Nokia data. When once Nokia data process is completed, this option you could see as a disabled. Okay, grayed out mode. Now system is running. So it takes more time. So the real case which you come across, like maybe it may take 1 day time or 2 days time also. That's how we have some performance related issues with that for the populating the data. So the reason, if you are going to do it, make sure that you are going to do a bit early. I mean, if you are in the need of doing uh, tomorrow or day after tomorrow the setups and all, try to perform today itself. Even it takes time, it will complete. So now we'll go to this page. So from where we can see this job as running. So in EBS we have a SRS window, right? Similar to that, here we have a ESS job page, Enterprise Scheduler Service job page. If you want to navigate, go to Navigator. Under Tools, we have a Scheduled Processes. Click on Scheduled Processes. Here you can see what are the requests the system is running. So second time also is submitted, that is the reason it is ended with error. The other one just it's completed. Since this is a country, so system is loaded immediately. But if you try for US or other countries, it takes too much of time. Okay, it's loaded. It's showing status as succeeded. Now we'll go back to the same. So
Lakshman?
navigate. Yeah, please.
Yeah, the import Nokia geography data, you said sometime it takes a few hours and sometimes it
Days
takes
also.
2 days.
Yeah, days time.
Yeah, days also. Is that because the Fusion server will have to contact external server to get the data, or it is just to update the system itself, it takes two days?
Yeah. Within that is a performance related issue we have in the instances. Okay.
Oh, specific to this instance?
No. Almost of the instances.
Oh, I see. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Just click on Manage Geographies. Click on Search. See here, for this country we just submitted. Now see, structure is defined by system only. Just we enabled only these two. Since Nokia data is loaded, system is showing structure is defined. You can click on this. It will show what structure is loaded for that country. As for that country address style, this is a structure. And by following the structure, you could see data also loaded by Nokia. Hierarchy also defined. Click on this. It's loaded. So you can expand. You can see. Okay.
Time to time, these countries will be, the states will be changed in a country, and new states will be added or counties are added. So
Yeah.
once we enable this geography for a country, does it automatically update when it is modified or something, or
No.
we'll have to go and do it?
Time to time means where, like which country you are talking about?
Any country.
No. That won't happen, right? That is see there. Could be case where a new state may come or some new county, maybe it just can be.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm talking
it's not a, like a frequent activity. If it happens, means
about. Okay,
you should add the value. That's it.
okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And once Oracle, enables Nokia data for a country, does it mean that, it will have all the zip codes for a state, and, it will not have any missing information or anything like that?
I
Or
think we are getting
it,
some background noise from your end.
okay.
Make sure that you don't have
No,
background noise when you
yeah, yeah.
please.
Yeah, I'm asking, like, when we enable the geography definition for a country,
Hmm?
we get, like, all the zip codes or all the counties which are available?
Yes, yes. Yeah, all the
Okay,
data we get. Okay. So, I mean, when Oracle is providing the data within the instance, they'll make sure that they have a complete set of information.
okay,
Okay. Let's do with the reality.
okay.
Yeah.
Lakshman?
Yeah.
Lakshman. Yeah, in case of US, they have the county, state, province, and this thing is mandatory. If I do in validation, if I check box for county I've removed, is it not ask the county as mandatory in the address fields?
What you want to do?
Hello?
You want to?
Actually, county I don't want as a mandatory field in when I enter my address in the instance. If I disable the validation box, it will not ask.
No. See, that would be by default optional only. The address style, whatever we are discussing, this would be by default optional. All the fields will be optional. We'll see that. We'll come across when we are getting addresses. They didn't make anything
Oh,
mandatory. Okay, they kept everything optional only.
yeah. Mm,
So since address, that information should be there.
yeah.
So that's how we have to select. But if you want to ignore, but again, this is maintained through hierarchy. Say, for example, you'll go and select a postal code. Okay, the postal code will be under for a specific city. The city will be under a specific county. County will be under specific state. If you go and select postal code, it will get defaulted. That's how we have the hierarchy. That's what we are calling as hierarchy defined. See here. So if you go and select this postal code, the rest of the settlement and parochia and the country, all this information would get defaulted. By default, fields wise, they are giving optional only. We'll see that. But we have to follow the standard structure. that is a reason Oracle is providing data as per standard structure. Otherwise, what you could do is you can do like this. I'll show you the process. First, let me complete this. We'll definitely will talk on that. If you want to go with your own customized format style, how to do it. But normally we should not. We don't do also. So just we submitted Nokia data here. We have seen that structure is defined and hierarchy also defined and validation defined. We can just click on this and you can go and enable these validations. Okay, however required just for this all the state, county and postal code, the validation required. If you want to calculate the tax, if you want to use these values in the taxation process, also enable it. The same information if you want to get as LOV information, you can enable all the check boxes, then say save and close. And say for example you want to create your own address style, you don't want to follow what Oracle is providing and what are the Nokia data is available. If that is a scenario, what you can do is you can select specific country. I'm selecting this country and directly you can go to structure defined. Here there is no structure which is defined. Here you can define the structure. So the structure which you are going to define that is similar to other country, you can copy that other country structure to this Algeria country. So otherwise simply you can say create. When you create in this way, so what are the Nokia data Oracle is providing that won't sync with this? What are the structures? They provide the always data based on the standard structure. If you are going to create your own customized structure, you have to load the data, you have to enter the data through manual process. That's what we have to do. Generally, we don't do all this. It's only the point is just whatever the Oracle is providing, that data will be loading, because that will be as per the actual requirement, standard structure data only they'll be providing. So here I want to give county. Yeah, please.
Yeah, actually, is Oracle providing a template for this for loading my customized data?
Yes, they are providing the sheets for specific countries. Okay, so that's how you can
Yeah.
sheets you can load it. I'll show you that when we talk, when we work on this data loading processes. So all comes under
Yeah.
same umbrella of the templates. I'll take you through that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here say zip code. So this is how this will be like you can treat as our own customized structure. But not, basically we should follow the standard structures only. If you want to create, this is how you can create. Then say save and close. Done. For this country also, structure is defined. Now you can define the hierarchy. Go to hierarchies. So this is a country, and select the country and click on add. So you can just enter anything, any value, ABC user defined, say save and close. Okay. Under country, county is created. If you want to create one more county, select country only, click on create. And as per structure, what we define for this country, under county we have a city, right? If you want to create city, select county, then click on create and say save and close. Now city will be created. Expand. Yeah, city. Within the city, if you want to give the zip code, select city, click on add. So this is how just you can enter the data. Country, county, city, zip code. We normally we never do this. It's always just will be loading the Nokia data. If Nokia data is not available for all the countries, Nokia data is not available. For a few major countries only they are providing. For other countries, if you are doing implementation, normally you can get the data from, you can collect the data and that you can load, or else you can enter through manual process since it's a one-time activity. So that's how we just manage with that. This is how we can create the structure also. Within the structure hierarchies we can create, we can validate, but the actual process is find the country and enable geocoding and address cleansing options, then go to actions and submit import Nokia data. That's how the data will get imported. If you look at this country, so for this country Oracle is not providing the Nokia data. Import Nokia data is not available. See here. So it's not loaded. If loaded, you can see hierarchy defined, but here it's not showing hierarchy. Structure defined also, it is showing just not completed. So that means for this country Oracle is not providing Nokia data. For these kind of countries you have to manage with getting the data in the sheets and loading, or else entering manual process, which we have seen just now. So these are the points we have to understand before you start with implementation. This task we have to complete. It's very simple. Select find country and enable those two options. Okay, geocoding and cleansing, and run Nokia data. That's it. So any questions on this, please?
So that we go to that sorry, what is that thing? Geocoding.
Geocoding?
Yeah. So we go to the geocoding and enable the stuff, and then we do import Nokia data, and that automatically enables the next three definitions, right?
Yes.
One is that structure. I forgot what the other two are, but those three it automatically defines.
Yeah. Yes.
And then the last one we have to go manually and do this.
Correct. You need validations and you need LOV for those values. Yes, we have to do manually. And even see, geocoding enabled and cleansing defined, these are not mandatory. So if you enable geocoding, what this instance will do is it will use, like when you talk about maps to find out the current locations, we use latitude and longitude, right? So
Correct.
that function will be added to this that country related no data which you are loading. That's it. Says the salesperson is located in California. So other sales team, their team, if they want to find out any other sales guys are located in the California or nearby location, easily when they are accessing this application through some tab or some mobile device, easily they'll be able to find out who are connected to this application. So they'll be able to find out. For that purpose, we can use the geocoding enabled for specific country. Okay.
So if in a lower instance, I have, say supposing for 10 countries for which the import Nokia data is not available,
Yeah.
I'm putting my effort and updating the, to zip code, to county and everything, I'm putting effort and doing it. So once I do that, I know it is saved in the system, but is there a way to export whatever is saved into a file, so just in case somebody goes and deletes the setup, or just in case something happens to the instance, is it possible to have a recovery plan like that, like using export?
That will become big issue. Like see that we have to take care of. If you talk about deleting something, in instance, many things which are critical, crucial. I mean, very sensitive. There is option to delete, right? So that we have to make sure that that kind of privileges we are not going to give to someone. So that if you want to export, you can export anything. We have a spreadsheet option for everything. So most of the functions we have a spreadsheet option. So through that you'll be able to export any data. You can export it, or else just if you are loading some data through spreadsheet only, anyway that would be there, so that anytime again you can reload it.
I have a question, Lakshman. Suppose I am shipping an order from US to another country or something. So, in that case, I should enable US and also I should enable the destination country for that implementation, right?
Correct. So what are the addresses you are going to create? Okay, for those countries you have to submit this Nokia data.
Okay, and is there a way to automate this process?
No. This is just see the
We have to manually do that.
overall process automation. To automate that process only, we have to perform that minimum that action. Just submit Nokia data. That's it. So here we are not going to do some configuration at all. Just which countries we need Nokia data automatically to load into that environment to populate it. We are just going and clicking on that action called as load Nokia data. As the import Nokia data.
Okay, so and we cannot automate this process. Suppose I receive an order for a country
No.
and it should automatically, no, we can't do that.
The automated process only we are initiating. That's all.
Okay.
So automatically, it won't happen. Like I said, otherwise, that is just a valid expectation, but we don't have in that way. So for which country, like just we are going to perform the transaction to keep the data available, you have to submit.
Okay.
Hi, Lakshman.
Yeah.
Lakshman? Yeah, I have a doubt.
Yeah, please.
We are using Nokia data now. Nokia data. The time it is getting default the informations.
Correct.
Can we see the default information in the system where it's picking from?
No.
The Nokia data.
That you cannot see that they kept in specific some location, some path. So whenever you submit this program, by finding that Nokia data is submitted for which country, it will fetch the data. Okay, technically they may allow you to go and see that we have to check with them, but as a functional front, you cannot see from where it is fetching. See the simple point.
But
In
technically,
EBS case, say you run the seeded data program right after completing the multi-org.
Okay.
Right, you'll run the replicate seed data program. What it will do is the multi-arc definition, what you completed, any fundamental data is missing, it will verify. If anything is missing for that new multi-arc, it will fill with the data. So can we go and see which data exactly it is picking and which data it is validating? We don't have any specific path or navigation to go and verify the data. In the same way, for this also we don't have, but it will, whatever the country you are selecting, the respective set of data, it will populate. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And this feature is also available in Oracle Fusions, right? We are doing cloud-based Oracle Fusion, so on-premise Oracle Fusion also these features are available.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
You don't find
And
see on-premise and cloud. You don't find any difference apart from privileges. That's all. So you
okay.
talk about on-premise, you will have a full privileges. You can play with that. How we use the EBS application the same way because everything will be deployed in our server. When I talk about cloud, there will be certain restrictions, but the process, information, configuration, and everything will remain same.
Okay. And why is this step mandatory to start a implementation project?
When you do some setups, it's a mandatory. You have to select. You want to see, for example, we set up. We will see that maybe in 2-3 sessions you will come to know. But
Okay.
one point is a project is mandatory to track the progress, to track the progress of the project, how much a percentage of work is completed. For that reason we use project. I don't say mandatory, but it will become mandatory if you want to do few setups you can do from the project only. There are few setups you can perform only from the project. So that is the reason
Okay.
the project became mandatory to maintain all the set of tasks in one place and to do certain configuration. Like accounting options, right? When you set up ledger in EBS.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that means there what we do primarily we set up retained earnings account, right? We have to set the retained earnings.
Yes. Yeah.
If you want to set up retained earnings
Yeah.
account, you'll go to specific ledger, and within the ledger we'll go to ledger options. We'll click on edit. It will open the that ledger options. There you can set retained earnings account, right?
Yes.
But
Yeah.
here we have a separate task for that as a specify ledger options. When you click on the task, system will ask us to select the ledger. So if you want to select the ledger, we have a option through project only.
Okay.
Through project only. Directly that option is not available. That we call as a scope selection. Okay, the selection.
Okay.
If your certain setups related selection is possible only through project. That is the reason project we treat as a mandatory. We'll see that we'll come to
Okay.
we reach that setups. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Fine. So this.
I have one question.
Yeah. Yeah, please.
For clarification. So for clarification, when we are if we use on-premise instead of cloud, so do we have like full database access over there to apps or
Yeah,
write or
yes,
run the
on-premise you
script?
have a full privileges. You on-premise environment you can connect with a Toad or any third-party tools also to have access, data access. So that is not possible only in case of cloud.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. How EBS, in case of EBS, how things will work, what sort of privilege. See, when you say on-premise, we are taking the license to product. We are not just subscribing to use. We are just complete the product license we are taking to use how we required by using the standard functionality, by just bringing some new functionality through customizations and to sync with that standard application process and integrations or anything. So the same will be applicable for Fusion also if you are going to have on-premise instance. Yeah, please.
Okay.
Yeah. Any questions here, please? So see here we have a task like where you can load the specific country data if you want to load. So load geographies for US. Okay, here you can just select that file, data source, vertex, and the file name. Here you can give the file name, and here you can just provide all the parameters. And once you're done with that, it will be just completed. Load file, and you can schedule here. All this you can do. And sheets also we have. Just we can download the sheets, and through sheets also you will be able to do it. Okay, that we'll see when we talk about spreadsheet process. At that time I'll take it to that. Fine. Any questions here to understand this, please? Okay, this we have to perform as a first step. Okay, before you go and create any location. Okay, so this has to be completed. So the next step here, once we are ready with this geographies information for which countries we are doing implementation, then we can start with the core GL configuration, primary ledger related setups. So first we'll see accounting calendar. Yeah, please.
Lakshman, sorry. So some companies use location master for importing the locations, and in that case it will have to be similar to the file import process, like through SOA and all the stuff like we discussed before. Or,
see that they can fetch the data, they can take one time and they can keep in the spreadsheet and they can load it. If they are going to see, if you think like there will be changes all the time and all, so normally that won't happen in case of geographies. And if you want to have a online connectivity, in that case through SOA you have to integrate. But if you are going to do as a one-time job, just you can keep in the spreadsheet and you can load it. Okay, for online connectivity only, just
Okay,
all the time if you want to take into this system, or it could be inbound data flow or outbound data flow, we can go with the SOA. If it is a one-time job, directly you can dump the data into application through spreadsheet process. Yeah, we'll be working on the different spreadsheet processes like ADFDI, FBDI, and wrapped implementation. So going forward, we'll understand those points. So still, if you have any question, definitely we can.
in case you're talking.
Yeah, yeah, fine. So the first we have to create the project. We done with that. Then we have to just populate the Nokia source data for respective country. So after that, we can start with our primary ledger creation. Okay. So primary ledger. So if you want to create the primary ledger, we have to get ready with certain components, right? So we need calendar, currency, chart of accounts, and accounting method. So first we'll look at accounting calendar. Okay. So accounting calendar. When you talk about accounting calendar in EBS, in case of EBS, first we have to create the period type. Then we'll create accounting calendar. By selecting the period type, we'll create the accounting calendar. So when you talk about accounting calendar, how we create accounting calendar in EBS? The one option is manual process. Manually, we can go and give the period name and year and the quarter and the sequence number and the start date, end date, and the period name. This is how everything we have to enter for each and every field as a separate records. Or else you can keep all the information in the data loader sheets, and you can load that information into application directly by pointing to that specific accounting calendar form. So these are the two options. One is manually you can create, or else you have to keep the data in the data loader sheets and you can load into the application. But in Fusion, the accounting calendar definition they automated. Okay, they automated accounting calendar definition. In Fusion, you don't need to create the period type and you don't need to create the accounting calendar through manual process. Simply you have to give the specifications, how many periods you require, how many adjusting periods you require, and what is the period type you require. These few specifications we have to give. Once you submit, automatically system will create the periods for accounting calendar. We'll go and see that. So just when you compare with EBS, in case of EBS, you have to create the period type. By using that period type, By providing the other information, we'll be creating the accounting calendar. The possible options are, one is manual, other one is through through data loader sheets we can load it. Here you don't need to provide the information, you don't need to load the data from other sheets, etc. Within the application only you can give the required specifications, how we require our accounting calendar, then system will create automatically. Okay, with one click it can create periods for 1 year. So that's how just they given a function. We'll see that. So we'll go and create the accounting calendar first. So to create accounting calendar, just go to our project, manage implementation projects, and click on overview. So this is our implementation project which we created. Click on the project name and now search for the task called as accounting calendar. Okay, just search for accounting calendar task. So manage accounting calendars. The task is available from two offerings. One is financials, other one is procurement. Since we are working on financials, just will prefer to choose the task from financials only. It won't make any difference. It will take us to the same page. But there is some other point to understand when you talk about we have to select the task from which offering. Okay, there is one point to understand that we'll discuss. For now, just when you talk about accounting calendar, there is no difference. You can select accounting calendar from any one of the navigation path, any one of the offering. So just click on manage accounting calendars. Now just click on go to task icon. And one more point here. So if you want to know, say for example, you don't know what is the meaning of accounting calendar. You want to know about accounting calendar. In that case, we have a help option. Help we have. So by default in EBS, if you go to any form or page, on top you can see some question mark. If you click on that, the page related help system will open. Here what we have to do is, if you want to get some help related to anything you just access within the application, any page or any function, so what we have to do, first we have to enable the help for your user in the particular session. So now what we have to do is, you can go here and you can see show help. You have to enable the help. Click on this, help will get enabled. From now whatever you do, the help icon will get enabled wherever help is applicable. Just be enabled. I'm just clicking on done. Let system refresh it. This data, I mean update, let system take. Now open the project. Say help is enabled, you can see in yellow color. Now open the project.
It's true, and I hear you.
So 1 second. I should change the network connection. Fine. So here you can search for the task called as accounting calendar.
If you don't mind, can you show me where to enable the help?
You can see here. Okay, just click on this help icon, that's all.
Okay.
Just click on the task, manage accounting calendars. Now see you can see the help icon. Because we enabled help icon here. So wherever help is applicable, that is enabling. So if you want to know about manage accounting calendars, you can just click on this. Just click on that, it is just showing. So manage accounting calendars, review and update existing. groupings of accounting periods and to create new grouping, nothing but accounting calendar. Here we have some kind of topics of information. Calendar validation, how it works with the accounting calendar, defining accounting calendars, critical choice. And if you want to know more about this accounting calendar, you can click on more help. Just I'm clicking on calendar validation. So this is all about calendar validation. Calendar validation is automatic and prevents the serious problems when you being used a calendar. Once you set a calendar period status to open or future enterable, you cannot edit the period. Okay, like this you can click on more and it will take you to the help portal. We have a separate help portal in the Fusion application. It will take you to that page. Now here that complete information related to calendar validation, you can go through all these details to understand about it, and there are some questions related to accounting calendar. When do I update an existing calendar? What is the difference between a calendar and a physical year period naming? Okay, how can I identify errors in my accounting calendar? This is how you can find all this information. So when we are on this page itself, you can click on more help. It will take you to the complete help portal where you can select specific offering and you can search. The relevant search results will be displayed with the different types. We'll see that. Okay, if you click on these given options, it will open respect to help information only. If you click on more help, it will take you to the help portal. Okay, so this we call as help portal. So here,
Lakshmi?
yeah.
I'm not, the participants have the issue where they couldn't hear your voice, or it's only me. If somebody could confirm.
See, it seems
I can't either. It's like
no copy also. Today there is some
Same from my side.
connectivity. Even that is the reason the instance also is taking time to connect to some function and all. Fine. So here, so we have some other net connectivity also. Today I'm not getting here in the Wi-Fi, so I'm using this one. Maybe we have some just weak connectivity. I talk about Wi-Fi connection. So still same like are you able to hear me?
Yeah, we're able to hear.
Okay. We'll see if that issue is going to be repeated. We can just stop for today and we'll continue tomorrow. We'll see. Just we'll talk about this information. Fine. So here, this is a, page where you can search for any information. Okay. So here, like you can search for any information. If you want to know about accounting calendar, you can search for accounting calendar. So select accounting calendar as a keyword and click on search. So these are the search results which are related to accounting.
So how you came to this?
Sorry?
How you came to this search?
Okay. See here. First point is you have to enable the help. After enabling the help, you can just go to the project. Okay. I'll just take it. Okay. You can search for any one of the tasks. I'm just searching for accounting calendar. Okay. Just click on search. It will show the relevant tasks, which includes accounting calendar.
Is pleased.
Okay. Fine. Seems to there is some network issue today. So no issues instead of trying with this with the weak connection. Okay, we'll continue from here in tomorrow's session. Okay, we'll talk about the help repository, how that can be used, and how to create accounting calendar, and we can start with the setups in tomorrow's session.